The time has come. On today's episode, the final episode of this week for Grim Dawn, we will be venturing into the path of the Loghorn. Stop the summoning of the Loghorn. Actually, I want to see. History of Necropolis. Couldn't find the other pages for the commission, which is a little bit of a bummer. Man, it does keep really good track of everything, though, so maybe we can go back and read those. I want to know a bit more about the Loghorn, because it's not Cthon, right? It's not the deity that all these people worship. It is something else entirely. But anyway, let's go kill it, and then we'll learn about its corpse, shall we? We've got our prismatic eviscerator on the ready. I'm gonna show him the boss. Goodbye, you're all dead. Zap. Oh, Jesus, it feels so good. Just exploding everybody with frost and waves and blades. Frosty blades. Alright. Yeah, I, to be honest with you, I thought it was just going to be go indoor, kill boss. And as many times as I've done this now, I still have not committed to memory how much of a trek the dungeon is. So, at least there's still enemies to kill, right? There's still fun shit to do. Passing up on that chest because I don't feel I have all the gear that I want at the moment. I don't think anything else is going to sway me. Except some money. Money is great. So is the elixir. Spellbook. Pass. We don't use spell books. We're not that kind of arcanist. The other thing to notice down here, our abilities that we've currently got going, the Veil of Shadow, Iskandra's Elemental Exchange, Blade Spirits, Chilling Weapons, and Ice Surge are both new though. So Chilling Weapons is granted to us by the Cold Stone that we have attached to our Prismatic Eviscerator here, and then our Ice Surge is going to be granted to us by our Glacier. I know I mentioned that partly at the end of the last video, but oh my god, I turned it off because I'm on the wrong action bar again. Telling my brain to work. It's difficult. Sometimes it just does whatever it wants to do. But anyway, those two things added on here are all adding to our passive damage. We do have quite a bit of just passive shit to do, which is fucking awesome. But at the same time, I think both of those abilities are reliant on us using our auto attacks, which is cool. I mean, we can do that on occasion, but most of our damage is coming from our abilities, right? So, Chthonic Seal of Binding, I will take it. Oh, I really need some sort of indicator, though, as to the damage types that I'm spitting out. That would be really cool. I know there's a lot of mods for this game that color code a lot of things, but I don't know if that is one of them. So, like, the damage numbers that are coming up right now, I wish they were color-coded for the type of damage that they do. Like, fire is red, cold is blue, yada yada yada, I love you, kind of stuff. But it's okay that they're not. We're still doing obscene amounts of damage, and it's just kind of happening as we need it to. Don't need to study where our damage is coming from too much at this stage in the life of this character. Breathe! Chop! Wave! Oh, they stay frozen for a long time. Oh look, tentacles! That means we're getting close, right? Hey, Bloodlord Felonus, if you could just eat my nuts? Alright. Not super worried about you. Honestly, I'm not really worried about your boss either. I think I'm probably pretty over leveled for him. Because you went down like a fucking bitch. Let's see what you have to say. Oh, okay, or you can just take me into... I didn't click on that, I hit the I button, but apparently this is, we're doing boss fights now. The voice of Cthon. Not another name for Cthon, just this is his voice. He must be pretty squeaky without this guy. You know? They're just completely mute entirely. I want to regain a little bit of health. Don't want to stand in any damage that he's spitting out. Did there. Oh my god, Ulgrim! He's been eaten. Over here. Listen to that epic music. Your minions are nothing compared to my crazy damage. I'm just gonna chop those tentacles right now. Heal. Keep punching him in the face. Blade spirits doing so much. It's so hard to tell. I keep forgetting that they exist because I just feel like they're an ability. But they're pets. Yeah, fight me, you little bitch! Use your stupid tentacles. Let's go! First potion, right there. He's got 5% health left. There's no way he's gonna be able to hang. Goodbye, you gigantic vagina monster. Got a lot of eyeballs too. Teeth and eyeballs. Kind of looks like an elephant. A little bit. When he's sleeping, you know. Without a nose. Nah. Go fuck yourself. That was the final boss. Obviously, way easy if you are farming up and getting close to his level towards the end of the game here, but certainly not the easiest thing in the universe on our next playthrough. Once the damage goes up, all the boss characters just infinitely skyrocket in damage. So, the fact that we killed him so easily on this playthrough is just a testament to how much harder it will be once we crank up the difficulty. So let's see what we got from him, see if he gave us anything worth using. Nope, not that. 45. Ooh, a cold damage belt. Yeah, this is definitely going to be better in 2 levels, so we'll hang on to that. And then physical resistance, pierce resistance, bleeding resistance. Not the greatest thing in the world, but certainly not bad. Definitely armor. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if that's worth it. We'll find out. Let's read what this bitch had to say before I went in and murdered the ever-loving shit out of his team manager. At least we stand before the blood-soaked gates of victory. The Lagorian will soon be awakened, and with it we shall usher in a new age. It is you, my loyal supplicants, that have paved the road to our final victory. Your dedication and sacrifices carried us to the threshold that shall see us through. The ancients were determined in their construction of this final chamber. 100 of the Imperium's finest arcanists dropped dead to empower the runes which now bind the Lagorian's tomb. They believed their sacrifice worthy, their seals impenetrable, but we have an army of thousands, surging with the power of the dead god, power that will not be contained. I've gladly put a blade to the throats of my most faithful and felt the rush of their lifeblood escaping, blood they have given willingly in this final hour. With the power of their blood I have shattered the final seal and begun the ritual. Soon the Lagorian shall stir from its eternal slumber. The world will shudder once more under the gaze of the mouth of Cthon. Let the blood flow. The Laneth, Bloodthorn of Cthon. You know what? Didn't feel it. Just kind of, Yeah. Yeah. I went to speak to his manager, and then, well, you saw what happened. So I got what I wanted. And now all the cultists are completely fucked. So go fuck yourself. And now I gotta try to remember what to do next. We have to go back to Fort Icon. Talk to Inquisitor Creed. Whew. What an anticlimax. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're just too strong and the boss is too big of a bitch. And that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes.
You've returned. Is it finished then?
The beast has been banished, but Ulgrim was pulled into the void along with it.
So our great moment of triumph is soured with tragedy. The cult's defeat at the Necropolis marks humanity's first major victory in this conflict, proving that we are not going to simply lie down and let ourselves be wiped out by fiends and spirits. Word of this victory will spread and give people hope that someday this nightmare will truly be over. Yet we cannot forget those who sacrificed their lives to bring us here. Brave men and women of the Black Legion who took up arms in the defense of Uralan, a nation that scorned them as criminals, outcasts, and even traitors. In death, they were none of those things. They died as heroes. But I refuse to count Ulgrim among the dead just yet. I owe him that much. I could use your help. Are you with me?
How can I help?
Arum Ital. Arum Ital. Lo ith soler. Lo ith bismir. Monum ulgrum thonokolo utokrain. Attack the This is too dangerous. Need to find another way.
The rift gate! Something's coming through!
Inquisitor Creed. Devil's Crossing was attacked.
Take it easy, John. What's happened?
Some new kind of ethereal. Just smashed right through our defenses. We need reinforcements. We're in bad shape.
I'll send help, but I can't spare much. We're equally pressed here. The loss of Ulgrim to the Void may be more serious than you realize.
Ulgrim is dead, Creed. You must know that. My people need help now. We won't survive another attack.
John,
It came from Malmuth. That thing that attacked Devil's Crossing. I escaped the city with a small group 2 weeks ago. Most died crossing the burning fields. My father was pulled into the bog by cannibals. I had to leave him. I was the only one who made it to Devil's Crossing. Malmuth has been a living nightmare since the Grim Dawn. I was part of the resistance there, if you can call it that. The Ethereals toyed with us, as if we ever had a chance. They let us fight on because they needed us. Needed our bodies for the grotesque things they make deep beneath the city. You think you're safe here, behind your stone walls. But those things from Malmuth will keep coming, and they will find you. And no fortress will ever be able to save you.
a chilling tale indeed. In our fight against the Chthonians, we've overlooked a growing ethereal threat. We must find Ulgrim. But maybe we can aid Malmuth at the same time. You've already done a great deal, but we must ask for your help once again. We need you to strike at the heart of the ethereal invasion, far to the east, in the ruined city of Malmuth.
Ooh. Spooky! Journal entry. Hell yeah.
Good, you're back. Do you have a moment?
For you, I have 5.
I struggle to admit this. I must abandon my efforts at opening a rift to reach Ulgrim. For all I've learned in battling the occult, I'm no warlock. During my last attempt, Nearly lost control of the ritual when something tried to breach my portal from the other side. This is too dangerous to continue. To make matters worse, Captain Bourbon has just arrived with a girl named Amala, bearing dire news from the east. While we struggled here to stop the Chthonians from unleashing terror and madness upon the world, the Ethereals have been far from idle. Everything they had done in this region is merely a sample of what is to come, if what Amala says is true. As much as it pains me to say this, our plans to rescue Ulgrim are secondary to this rising threat in the fallen city of Mountain. The passage north from Burwich is quickly closing as the Aether Fire consumes everything. But perhaps we can accomplish both goals at once.
What do you have in mind?
You see, the Luminari have long been aware of a coven of witches hiding out to the north of Burwich, using the treacherous territory to deter pursuers. The witches will know the lay of the land and should be aware of any paths that remain through the Aether Fire. And I have hopes that they will be able to do what I could not. Reveal where the Loghorian has taken Ulgrim. I would go myself, but I doubt the arrival of a high-ranking Inquisitor will be looked upon kindly within their circle, and I am needed in Devil's Crossing. I know that you have suffered much already in the defense of humanity, but you are the only one who can trust me. Take my pendant and travel north from the Burwich Estates. A barrier of Aether Fire will stand in your way. The pendant will make short work of it. Head north through Gloomwald until you've reached the edges of Uchtdembod, where I believe the Coven has made their home. You cannot arrive empty-handed. They may well burn any memory of discovering their location right out of your mind. I recommend you hunt down a creature known as Caraxus Fowl, the scourge of Uchtdembod. I imagine it has grown quite large over the years, preying on unwary travelers making their way through Gloomwald. Find the beast within its waterside lair, Gloomwald, and bring its heart to the Coven. I'm sure they'll find some nefarious use for it. But we must overlook that in light of our situation. Show them this keepsake of Ulgrim's and find us a way to Malmouth. We will be awaiting your signal.
Okay, so you just want me to kill the beast, befriend a whole bunch of angry witches, and then just walk across a whole bunch of fire. Okay. Anyway, put these where they belong. We've gotten ourselves our first purple item, but it is not going to be even remotely the type of thing that we need. Which is sad.
Excuse me, could I have a moment of your time? I overheard that you will be headed beyond Gloomwald in the hopes of reaching Malmouth. It's noble of you to spearhead this effort, but I was hoping there was something you could look into for me. You see, I did not travel down here alone. I was with my father. He was injured in Gloomwald, and I had no choice but to leave him behind in search of aid.
My father and I were part of a small group that managed to escape the confines of Malmouth's ruins, but we did not get far before the casualties began. The spreading Aether Fire and roaming Ethereals saw to that. But it was not until we reached Uchtdembod that the horrors truly began. Cannibals, poisonous fumes, and even carnivorous plants threatened our every move. By the time we entered Gloomwald, it was just my father and I, but we were not out of danger yet. A pack of cannibals ambushed us in the night. My father was injured in the fray. While it wasn't fatal, I had no choice but to leave him so that I could find help. Eventually, I found my way to Devil's Crossing. I'm not sure how long my father can survive on his own. He was never very good with weapons, or much of anything for that matter. Nevertheless, he's the only family I've got left, and I want to look for it. But the Inquisitor insists that I first debrief him on every detail that I can recall on Malmouth. On your way through Gloomwald, will you spare some time and search for my father? He cannot have strayed far from the main road.
I will find him for you! I'm really good at finding people, even though they're usually dead when I find them. But, I mean, yeah. So, chin up! I'm sure he's fine. Let's disappear into the night. Burwich Estates, right? That's what he said. This one? Not the Cellar Rift. We need the regular rift. And I think this is Craig's. Can't go this way. Off we go! That is the best reason. They just pop. They just pop apart. Like, yes. Playing these games for that God mode is just everything that I love about them. Boom! Suck cold. Zombie guys. Can I wait? Can I just go under the bridge? Yeah, that's what I thought. Found it. The Ethereals have barred the way north Burwich, likely to stop anyone attempting to flee the carnage. With Inquisitor Creed's pendant, you should be able to dissipate it. Boom! Get fucked, giant crystal barrier. Get fucked, everybody else. Ooh. Excuse me, who are you? Dralgar, the keeper of Burwich. Well, Dralgar, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm about to die. Well, that's what I get for standing in the fire for so long, thinking that I'm just too badass for him. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, just kill all these fuckers real quick. Take that crystal. I do need it. Now that everybody's dead, that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you again for hanging out. This was a lot more lore-centric than I thought it was going to be, but we'll be back next time with deeper ventures into Ugenbog and Gloomwald and heading off to Melmoth to root out the ethereal menace once and for all. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hope you are enjoying yourselves, and I will see you next week.